Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the session number 12 from the chapter of properties of matter. The topic is fluid statics, and based on this topic, I have written here 6 important points which will help us to understand this topic in brief. So, the first point here is basically the definition of the fluid. So, the fluids are those substances which flow. So, liquids and gases are termed as fluids. The second point is the definition of the fluid statics. So the signs of the fluids at rest is called the fluid statics. So fluid statics is the signs of fluid at rest, and the substances which flow are called fluids, and liquids and gases are termed as fluids. The third important point is that the normal force exerted by a liquid at the surface in contact is called the thrust of the fluid. So let us say there is one container here, and this container is filled with a liquid which is at rest. So the normal force exerted by the fluid at the surface in contact is called the thrust of the fluid. So the surfaces which are in contact with this fluid are the bottom of this container and these two walls of the container. So the normal force exerted by the fluid at these two walls of the container and at the bottom of the container is called the thrust of the fluid. Now the thrust exerted by the fluid at rest per unit surface area of the contact surface is called the fluid pressure. And so the fluid pressure can be written as the normal force or the thrust divided by the contact surface area. The pressure is a scalar quantity. This fluid pressure is a scalar quantity, and its SI unit is Newton per meter square, and 1 Newton per meter square is equal to 1 Pascal, where Pascal is also the unit of the fluid pressure. So 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton meter. 1 Newton per meter square. So this is something which we have to remember. The next important point is that the pressure due to a fluid column at the bottom of the container is given by H into rho into G. So let us say this is the height of the liquid column, say it is equal to H. So the pressure exerted by this fluid column at the bottom of the container will be equal to H into rho. Rho is the density of this fluid and G is the acceleration due to gravity. And the gauge pressure will be equal to the real pressure minus the atmospheric pressure, where real pressure is equal to H into rho into G minus the atmospheric pressure. So this is also an important formula which we all have to remember. And the pressure is equal to normal force or the thrust divided by the contact surface area. This is another important formula. And the pressure exerted by a fluid column at the bottom of a container, which is equal to H into rho into G. So this is another important formula with respect to this topic. And the unit of the pressure is Newton per meter square, which is also equal to the 1 Newton meter per square is equal to 1 Pascal, where Pascal is another unit of the fluid pressure, and fluid pressure is a scalar quantity. And so these are some of the important points with respect to the topic of fluid statics. In the next session, I will be discussing about the Pascal's law and the Archimedes principle. So till then, have a nice day. Bye.